Hello everyone, Donna Gray here, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. Jumping on again, doing some live crafting. This afternoon I will be doing live crafting using items out of our new holiday catalogue. So if you're new to watching me craft live, I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from New South Wales in Australia. I sell all different crafting items from stamps, inks, cardstock, you name it, embellishments, ribbons. That is my job, and I do Stampin' Up full time. So my job is to show you all the beautiful products that we have and show you how to use them. So I'm going to do some quick cards. So just a bit of a quick recap for all the people that know me. Excitement Plus, I went down to get my passport lodged yesterday at the post office, and once again there was an issue. It wasn't my license this time that wouldn't verify. It was the simple fact that I had made a common error on my online submitting my passport requirements online. So then I had to come home and do it again. Hey Kathy, how you going? So then I had to come home, jump online, go right through the whole passport process again. And when I rang the passport office and I said the post office, I'd made a mistake and the post office has made me come home again, do I have to do it all again? They said no, they could have just initialed it because you had the documentation showing that, and it's all to do with being married and changing your name. So the dramas that you run into. Hey Jan, how you going? Hello Julie, how are you? Julie, are you new to watching me? I don't think I've recognized your name on here before. Thank you for jumping on and joining me while I craft live. So I'm doing quite a few cards this afternoon. I'm going to start off with a really nice quick, hey Michelle, thanks for jumping on, a really nice quick and easy card using some of our beautiful washi tape. So our Stampin' Up Holiday Catalogue went live on the 5th of September. Hey Vicky, how you going? So if you don't have a Stampin' Up Holiday Catalogue and you would like one and you live in Australia, I would be happy to pop one in the post. Please drop me a personal message, leave me an inbox message on my demonstrator page, and I would be happy to pop one in the post for you. Hello Jen, how are you from Canada? Thank you for watching me. You live in the next suburb to me, Julie. Where are you from, Julie? I live in Gunnellabar. Do you live in Lismore? This is exciting. Okay. Okay, so as you're back from cleaning, you've been doing your craft room, Michelle. Have you got it sorted yet? So just bear with me. I'm just going to share into my groups so that everybody in my groups. Lismore Heights, oh my God, Julie, you are so close to me. That is awesome. Do you craft with people locally, Julie? That's the next question I'd like to ask. So that is fantastic that I've got somebody. Lismore Heights is like a 5-minute drive to me. I'm actually just, I used to live right on the border of Lismore Heights and Gunnellabar. Beautiful day in Gippsland, 25 degrees and sunny, lucky you. Hey Crystal, how you going? And now I live a bit further up in Gunnellabar, but yes, I was actually right on the borderline of Lismore Heights and Gunnellabar. So how interesting is that? Hey Kwana, how you going? Thanks for joining me again. So I'm going to get into some crafting here. I just have a couple of more shares to do and I will be into crafting. So as I said, I'm going to do a quick card using some washi tape. So I'm just going to show you a really, really quick, easy way to utilize washi tape and get a quick card happening. And I'm going to use a few... Yes, Julie, I do classes. You really, really need to contact me. I do classes every Monday and Tuesday in Gunnellabar from my home. So please feel free to contact me and I can email you out a class events list and things. So yeah, so I do card making classes, I do scrapbooking classes. I also do some technique classes. A lot of my classes are product based. But yeah, I'd be happy to have you come to one of my classes. That would be awesome. Okay, so let's get to crafting, girls. We need to turn this around and get into this crafting. I'm just going to get myself organized here with my laptop beside me. Okay. I'll switch it around. Okay. So the first card, let's get that looking all right. The first card I'm going to do, I'm going to use, hey Megan, how you going? Thanks for jumping on. I'm going to use just the framelit out of the Winter Woods stamp set, and I'm going to make a really, really quick, easy card using some washi tape. So in our holiday catalogue, we have this beautiful washi tape, and it's called Sweet Season Specialty Washi Tape. So I'm going to christen my washi tape this afternoon because this is the first time I've opened my washi tape. Now, if you're a washi tape lover, we don't have many. Hello, who is that watching from Ada? Hello, Sharon. How are you? Thank you for jumping on. You wouldn't even mind coming to one of my classes, Crystal. You know what? You are quite welcome, Crystal. Crystal is one of my team members. You can definitely come to one of my classes, Crystal. I would love to have you come to my classes. My classes are starting to pick up in town, which is great. I do them every Monday and Tuesday morning, and I also do evening sessions as well. So if you're somebody that works throughout the day, you don't have to panic, because I normally repeat the same class that I do in the morning session. I repeat it in the nighttime session as well. So it's yeah, a great way to get together with crafty people and have a good time. All right, so I'm actually not going to use the stamps out of this stamp set. I'm just going to use actually, I might use, no, I'll have to find another stamp set for a sentiment, I think. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I've got a piece of real red for my card base. So I'm just going to fold my real red in half. Hey Chris, how you going? Thanks for jumping on. Feel free to say hello, join in the conversation, Chris. Nice to see you joining me. Okay, so I've got real red. I've got Old Olive as a backing card, and I've also got Whisper White. So you would love to come to a class too, but it's a bit far. It is, Megan, isn't it? It's a shame. But I do classes online as well. So if you wanted to participate in classes online, any of my classes that I do, you can actually participate as a virtual class member. So what I can do is I can set up my phone, and I can have you as a virtual class member, that everything I go live in a private group, and everything that I do, you get to participate as well. So it's totally up to you. Same rules apply, and I can get the product shipped directly straight to you if you wanted to do my classes. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to take a few varied pieces of washi tape, and I'm just going to tear this roughly on. And the worst part when you first get your washi tape is trying to find the end, which there it is there. Okay, so I'm just going to tear some different lengths of washi tape. You wish, Michelle, you had someone to craft with. Okay, now there's no rhyme or reason how I'm doing this washi tape. I'm just randomly going to add a diagonal, pop it across the front of my card. Okay, everybody, I'm trying to find the end. That might be it, yes. And the beauty of washi tape is, if you don't quite like where you've put it, you can always pick it up and go again. I like this checkered one, so I'm going to pop another piece of that happening just here. Okay. Get this red one. Actually, no, I want this one in between. Wow, are you all laughing at me trying to find the ends? And I can tell you, when your eyesight's not that good, it makes it a little bit harder. Okay, so pop a bit more green in there. And so as you can see, no rhyme or reason how I'm doing this. I need to get this spotty one. We haven't done that yet. Hey Leanne, thanks for jumping on and joining. So feel free, if there's any questions you would like to ask me, I'm happy to answer as I craft. Okay, green again. Washi tape is awesome too because it's easy to tear, which is great. I love this one. I think this one's my favorite. Okay. So that's about all I'm going to do there. As you can see, very, very rough. Hey, Cheryl, how you going? You're having a wine with hubby and look who you're catching live. Thank you for catching me live. I love it when you catch me all the way from Canada. So thank you very much. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the big shot and I'm actually going to cut out this tree. Okay, so I'll bring my big shot into view. Hello, Helen. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I've got some garden green cardstock here. Now, this tree has an insert piece that I'm going to have to do later, which I've just worked that out. So I'm just going to cut the tree first, but you're going to see what this insert piece does. You can come for a sleepover, Michelle. You can come overseas to my place and have a sleepover with me and come to a class. Maybe we should have had our own on-stage and you could have just came to my place and had an on-stage event with me. Okay, so now I'm going to place this in the middle. Please tell me I'm doing this right. Actually, no, I'm doing it wrong. I need to place this on here and cut this one out separately. As you can tell, this is the first time I've used this. So Cheryl and Jen, are you close to each other? Hello Jen, thank you for watching. Welcome to my Facebook Live. Okay, so I'm going to use my pokey tool here to get my Christmas tree out of here. You wait until you see what this does. Look at this. We have some cute little push-up bits that we can curl up. Hey Kathy, why would you not put both dies on at the same time? Kathy, I was thinking that this was going to cut and stay on the inside of this cutout. So that's why it makes like a 3D tree, but I didn't realize this one cuts out around the edges. I thought it was just an insert to go in, but it's not. So there you go. We've learned a lesson. That's what happens when we do live crafting. Hey, Jenna, thanks for joining. Jenna, a question. You're coming to Onstage in Brisbane. I'm sure you said you're coming to Onstage in Brisbane. Whereabouts will you be staying? You're staying in Brisbane? There's a Brisbane group on Facebook. I was just wondering whether you know about the Brisbane group on Facebook because it's really, really good for having some conversations with people that are all going to Brisbane Onstage. Okay, so as you can see, it pops up and we can pop it onto our tree and it's going to make a 3D Christmas tree. So that was my plan, was to have the tree looking like a 3D Christmas tree. So I want to actually pop those little bits up. So I want to bend them up so that they're going to sit with some dimension. But I also want to, with my shimmer paint, you're coming down for the day. Okay, I was wondering whether that's what you were going to do. That's fine. I'll catch up with you because I was thinking if you were staying, we're going to try and catch up on the Friday afternoon for a coffee with everybody. Okay, so I'm taking my white shimmer paint and I'm actually going to, just on the tips of where this tree is going to fold out, I'm just popping a little bit of the shimmer paint, if you can see, so that it looks like it's pretty snowy on the Christmas tree. So that's my plan. So just a little bit on all the little bits that are going to pop up. Because as you can imagine, if this was a tree and all those bits were sticking out, that we would see some snow on them. That's where the snow lands, over in the beautiful countries overseas that get those beautiful white Christmases, which one day I'm going to try and experience. Okay, so I'm just going to, on the edge, pop a little bit on the edges. So I'm just using a paintbrush here. You could use maybe your aqua painters if you wanted to. But just to pop a little bit of snowy look over the tree. And then I'm just going to randomly put it around. You should have an Australian sleepover for crafting. Sounds great, Cheryl. You can all come and crash at my house. Ah, dear. Okay, so I just need to let my cat out because my daughter's just come home, so he's heard the garage door. Theo was in here crafting with me, but he's heard my daughter get home, so as soon as he hears her come home, he's like, oh, someone else is here. He's happy to lay on his little pillow in the crafting room until he hears that someone else has come home. White Christmases are amazing. Everything sparkles. Do you know what? I love the snow. If you knew what I'm like, we used to go on snow holidays every year to our snow area here in Australia, and I absolutely love the snow, and I agree, it is simply gorgeous when it snows. The snow's like diamonds, and especially over night time. When you see snow over night time, it is stunning. We used to do, where we used to stay, they used to do some night skiing, so it was actually quite fun. We used to stay at Perisher and stay up the front slopes of Perisher, so right up in the snow. So all you had to do was step out the door and ski down the slopes. So it was beautiful. And we used to do that every year until I ended up with a daughter who was a very talented hockey player that we've been travelling around with New South Wales State Hockey for the last 6 years. So for the last 6 years, we haven't been able to do any of that snow fun stuff. Okay, so as you can see, I've just lifted all those up, and I'm going to take the backing off my dimensionals here, and then I'm just going to pop that onto the other. And we get a 3D Christmas tree. Look at that. It's so, so cute. When the Stampin' Up brought out the videos for this, I was like, oh, wow. And I've been itching to make one of these 3D trees, and I've just done it. So that's fantastic. All right. So now I'm just going to stick these layers together. Yes, I'm still going. Kathy, I don't know why you've lost me. Has anyone else lost me? Looks like on my phone it's still going. It's still going on my laptop. You love the look, Julie? I'm so excited, Julie, that you live in my hometown. I'm so excited that I've found another crafty person in town. And my glue doesn't want to work this afternoon. I've been clearing out all my old Tombow glue. Oh, there it goes. All my old Tombow glues, and I'm throwing them all out. So I'm using them and using them until they will not use anymore. Yeah, it's still okay there, Crystal. Yeah, I'm wondering who that was. It was Kathy, I think. Was it Kathy? Yes, Kathy. Okay, obviously her internet has dropped out. So if that ever happens, ladies, just refresh and go again. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that up on dimensionals. I actually want to I want to use the, yeah, it's no worries, Julie. I'll contact you after this live video and have a bit of a chat with you. Okay. No, I'm not going to put ribbon. I decided against that. I'm just going to pop that up onto the card. This is full of dimension. I'm one of these crafters that I love things with dimension. I'm not into flat all one level cards. I don't know what it is. I just can't cope with that. It has to have dimension. I would be lost without my dimensionals. And as you can see, I'm using every scrap of them. I use all the edges. I never waste any of my dimensionals. There's so much more to use with the edges. Hey Carol, thanks for joining. How are you going? How's things up Brisbane way? Wow, you must feel, Carol, like your trip is a dream these days. That beautiful trip that you had overseas, that looks fantastic. Your photos were fabulous. You'd probably be doing a lot of scrapbooking with all your photos that you would have taken while you were away. Okay, so I'm just going to layer that up on my Real Red card base. So as you can see, it's coming together quite nicely. I'm just going to pop my Christmas tree up on, I'm going to do a bow actually with the Real Red ribbon. I'm going to prop the Christmas tree up on dimensionals as well. A couple there. So for something that has used a little bit of washi tape and a bit of cardstock, it's a really, really quick Christmas card. Thanks for sharing, Jan. Thank you very much. Okay, so Jan has just reminded everybody, if you would like to share my video, that helps me get my crafting out to everybody. And if you live in Australia, you go into a monthly draw. For every person that shares, every time you share one of my videos, you go into a monthly draw to win Stampin' Up goodies. You're loving this card. You're not a washi fan, but you know what? I seen a card done like this the other day and I was like, oh, yep, great way to use the old washi tape. So I'm just going to tie a quick bow. So who that's watching, who loves washi tape? Thanks, Helen, for sharing. Who out there that's watching, type in the comments if you like washi tape and what washi tape has been your favorite washi tape that we've had recently. So I'm just going to pop that down below. So with a glue dot, a couple of glue dots, and change my pokey tool end to my spatula end. Who doesn't have one of these? Take your pick tools. Honestly, if you don't have one, you're missing out on one. But if you place an order of $100 or more through my online store during the month of September, I will give you a free take your pick tool as my gift to you to thank you for shopping in my online store. Okay, so there you go. One quick, really, really easy card. You like it, but you rarely use it, Jan? You don't know why. I think it's something that we actually pop over in our desk. This was my favourite washi tape. This was from the Myths and Magic set. And I still have these two left. I think they're the only two that I have left out of it. But I absolutely loved that washi tape. But it's still in my collection. It could actually probably go quite nicely with all the Christmas things as well. So, thanks, Betty. How you going? Thanks for joining. Okay, so that was the quick, easy card. Okay, so I'll grab those things out of the way. And we'll move on to the next card. Okay. So my next card, I'm going to be using the Merry Christmas to All stamp set. I absolutely love, love, love this stamp, this sentiment here. I found it the other day and I cannot put it down. You love the washi, you just got to take your pick tool, Kwana. Well done. Do you enjoy using your pick tool, Kwana? I'm sure that you will. totally enjoy it. So that was our beautiful washi tape. So a really, really nice collection there. So you found heaps in your craft room stash. Poor Michelle. Michelle is actually cleaning out her craft room at the moment, and yep, she's having a lovely time finding all these things. Okay, so I'm going to use the Merry Christmas to All stamp set. Crystal's asking you, Michelle, how your cleaning's going. Okay, so I only need, I've got enough out here for 2, but I'm not going to make 2. I'm just going to make 1. Okay, that, and that for the time being. I'll pop that aside. Now I'm using some of the Designer Series paper, which this Designer Series paper is to die for. It is called the Joyous Noel paper. I'll quickly show you this Joyous Noel paper. It is simply beautiful. If you didn't participate in my paper share, I'm still taking people in my paper share, so I can actually do another paper share if you like. It was $37.50. You get a quarter pack of all of the Designer Series paper. You're ordering this stamp set this week, Jan? That will be lovely. So this is the beautiful Joyous Noel paper. It has beautiful copper foil accents, and this piece here I simply love with the Merry Merlot. So I think the Merry Merlot, this Sahara Sand, and Crumb Cake, the colours are just simply magnificent. So okay, so what I'm actually going to do, I've got a Merry Merlot base. So I'm going to fold the Merry Merlot base in half. Use my bone folder to crease it nicely so it sits great. And then with my Designer Series paper that I've got cut, I'm going to layer that up on a base of Sahara Sand. So I've just got a very, very minute border all the way around of the Sahara Sand. So I'm going to use my Tombow. You're getting there, Michelle, with your cleaning. You will feel so good once you've got it done. You will feel all in control, and you'll feel like you've got everything in place, and it gives you a new lease of life when it comes to your crafting, I think, to clean up your craft room. It's nice to go, I swapped all of my things from one side of the room over to the other side of the room, so that was pretty huge. I packed it all out in the hallway, and gradually I just repacked it back in, and I can tell you when I was packing it all out in the hallway, I thought, how does so much fit in one craft room? Then when I went to pack it in, I couldn't find spots for everything, could I? But that's okay. But I've given away a lot of my non-Stampin' Up craft products, because since I've joined Stampin' Up, I don't use any other products whatsoever because I don't have a need to. Okay, so I'm going to take the beautiful stamp here, the May the Beauty of the Season Fill Your Heart with Joy, because I think this is such a simply stunning stamp. And as you can see, I've used it a bit. Now our photopolymer stamps, they do stain when you use your reds and things with them, and that's totally normal. It doesn't change the way your stamp stamps. It still stamps totally fine. It is just how photopolymer stamps go. Okay, so I'm going to line that up onto one of my blocks. That stamp set out of the way because I don't need it. Okay, so I've got that lined up. I'm going to grab my Merry Merlot ink pad. Just reading that comment there. Leonie says, a clean, fresh craft room is amazing. It does give you a new lease on crafty life. Exactly. Crystal says, me too. Crystal's only just joined my team a couple of months ago, so she's having a great time and she's enjoying using Just Stampin' Up. And honestly, I've been totally converted. Have not, and I can tell you I loved all my other crafting products, but I have not touched them. Stampin' Up make it so easy. Everything matches. Everything goes together. Okay, so I've got one of the stitched framelets, and this is out of the Seasonal Layers, I think it was called. It was a one-off bundle, and it's now not available, but I love, love, love the framelets, so I will be using the framelets for a long time. You stamp first in a light colour, then stamp with darker colours, and the stamps won't stain so much. Yes, I just find that once you've used the darker inks, and that didn't stamp too well there, but you know what? I can actually use, let me see, do I have a blender pen here? Where are my blender pens? There they are. Although, I probably have, I do, I have a Merry Merlot marker. So I'm going to fix this. As you can see, it didn't stamp totally nice there. But I'm sure I have Merry Merlot in my Stampin' Right markers, which this one is Merry Merlot. Look at that. So now I'm just going to show you how you can actually fix up parts that didn't stamp properly. And no one will ever know. Okay, so there you go. No one will ever know that that didn't stamp properly. This is where your Stampin' Right markers come in really, really handy if you muck up a sentiment. So there you go. See, I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes. Yes, I know, Jen, because I forgot to put the mat under it. I normally don't put the mat under for the simple fact that my surface is really, really level, because it's actually a big, massive floor tile. So it is actually quite level, but you know what? I just showed you what to do if you muck up with your stamping. Okay, so I've also used, I'm going to use the Merry Merlot ribbon. And I'm going to use the copper side of the Merry Merlot ribbon because I want that to really stand out. So I'm going to use some of my double-sided tape, my tear-in tape, and pop it on the back of my cardstock layer. And you know, anything happens in these live videos, you seem to just go for it and do what you want. And markers are very good for that. Yes, Michelle, they are. They're fantastic. Now, someone told me that I could use this spatula to get the backing off. Cheryl, I think it was you, Cheryl, yesterday. You were telling me to use the spatula. So here you go. I'm using the spatula end instead of changing it around. Although I do feel like I'm so used to using the pokey tool end. Ah, come on. Come off. Wants to make a liar out of me. It did work very well yesterday. Okay, so I'm just going to pop my ribbon in the middle. You had a huge sell-off on your non-Stampin' Up goodies yonks ago and honestly put crazy cheap prices on everything. Better to have little dollars in the bank than boxes of craft goodies that you can't use. It is so true, Leonie. So true. I just don't want them anymore. I'm not interested in them anymore. I love my Stampin' Up products and I love everything that's Stampin' Up. And Stampin' Up has everything I need. It has the ribbons, the embellishments, it has the inks, it has the cardstocks. There is absolutely nothing that I need outside of Stampin' Up. I was actually only saying to a lady the other day, I don't even walk into Spotlight at home here anymore because I just don't have a need to. I have everything. And my husband said at one stage, off to work, Helen, no worries, have a great time at work. Catch the replay when you get home. You like the pokey tool better for the tape? Yeah, I do too, I think, Wendy. I did try. I mean, I'm open to suggestions, and Cheryl did tell me to try it, so I tried it. So there you go. Oops. I'm flicking things around here. Okay. So I did try it. But anyway, so now I want to pop this up. But I've cut out some bits and pieces here that I want to pop around underneath. I've used the beautiful sprig punch, which is new. You need 6x8 pocket pages. Sorry, I'm trying to work out here what's going on, Jenna. You're going to go to Spotlight opening sometime tomorrow, but I only want to get material. No worries, Crystal. Don't you buy any crafting products. You don't need to. Just kidding. You need full 6x8 pocket pages. Okay, so I'm using the Sprig Punch, and I'm also using, these are some of the framelits from that bundle I was talking to you about. So I'm just going to use some of those and pop them around as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up my sentiment onto some dimensionals first. There they are. I have my dimensionals in a drawer right beside me, but I guarantee every time I pop them back in the drawer, I can't seem to find where I've put them. Okay, I better get up here into the screenshot a bit better. You won't be getting crafting products, Crystal. I don't think you will need to. You're going to, Julie? I actually have a customer of mine coming to the car boot markets to see me on Sunday so she can place her order. She's already told me what she needs, so I'm going to get organised and place her order on Sunday while I'm at the car boot markets. I do normally take my Stampin' Up products to the car boot markets, but since doing the Handmade Expo, I've decided against the car boot markets because I feel like it needs to be a definite tailored market. Okay, so I'm just going to use a leaf. Now, this is out of the beautiful shimmer paper that we have that's available in our holiday catalogue. And this shimmer paper is fantastic because this is actually copper coloured shimmer paper. So I think that's super, super cute. I think I'm just going to pop that one out on there. Oh, thought I had a glue dot on there. Where did it go to? Disappeared. It didn't come off. See, there's my eyesight once again, not being able to see. Okay, so glue dot there. I'm going to pop that one on there. I've also got some vellum from the Sprig Punch. I've got some vellum pieces, so I want to pop that in under there as well. So on a glue dot, once again. You're doing rehab exercises while you're watching me, Leonie? Really? Okay, and I've got a red Sprig Punch as well. So I think I might just pop the red down here. Red down the bottom or up the top, everyone? It's not going to go up the top over that one. No, I'm thinking down under here. Or it could maybe go in here, in amongst those. Oh, I think that's quite good. In amongst those. So a glue dot again. Crystal saying the bottom. Any other advances on the bottom? So down here, you think, Crystal? Just down through here. Like that. That's awesome. And I think I want to pop some other, maybe just the gold down through here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the gold. Sorry, it's not gold. Copper. I was just finished telling you it was copper. Okay, so glue dot on that one. And just pop him in under there, like so. Okay, I think that's super, super cute. Plus, to finish it off, I think I'm going to use some of my gold pearls, which I definitely need the spatula for this. So I'm just going to pop some of these gold pearls. I've got some of them floating around. Did anyone else find with these pearls, they just went absolutely everywhere? They're beautiful pearls, but I keep finding them everywhere in my craft room because they don't seem to stick to the sheet very well. And I would hate to lose some of them. They come in silver and they also come in gold. So they're a great accompaniment for your crafting. Oh. And I think one in here. So I think that's looking super, super cute. What do you think? So then I just need to pop that onto my Merry Mellow base. And there's another one of those pearls. I told you they're everywhere. Oh, I need to sit them over there. So make sure you press them really well down onto your project as well. So I'm just going to pop that up. You find it easier. Do you know what? Karen, I went to find tweezers. I wanted a beautiful pair of tweezers for my crafting. Do you think I could find anything other than the little tiny tweezers that you buy, like the cosmetic tweezers? And I didn't want that. I wanted a really nice long-handled pair. But yeah, I couldn't seem to find any. You lost half your packet all over the place, Wendy? Yeah, I agree. I don't know what it was. I think Stampin' Up need to fix that problem. Like, they just didn't seem to want to stick to the sheet. The sheet was too slippery, I think, and the adhesive didn't want to stick. They stick to cardstock really, really well. But just the sheet, the backing sheet that they come on, they didn't seem to want to stick too well to. But as you can see, the ones that I've popped on the front there, no problem whatsoever. They're still on there and they're going really, really well. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that onto my Merry Mellow base. And I'm just wondering in that stamp set, because we really need to do something for the inside. Okay, I need to find something else with a scrolly bit in it. I think that was in... what stamp set was I using yesterday? It had a beautiful scroll in it. Is it in that one? Actually, you know what? I'm just going to... Yes, it is in this one. The beautiful Blizzard Snowflake. So I'm just going to... do Season's Greetings, I think, out of this one. So that. So I'm just going to do Season's Greetings in Merry Merlot. You're having trouble watching today, Gail. Gail saying nothing happening with the video yet. Yesterday was good and can see the comments though. Can see the comments. Just refresh, Gail. Refresh and go back out and come back in. Sometimes when you refresh, it works better. Okay, so I'm just going to, in the middle of my cardstock here, I'm just going to do Season's Greetings. Like that. And then in here we've got some beautiful snowflakes. I love, love, love the snowflakes. Lovely, especially the DSP. The DSP is beautiful, isn't it? I think it makes it. I really do. Okay, so snowflakes, but I'm going to do them just in Sahara sand. So I just want a gentle couple of snowflakes, and that way it then brings the outside to the inside as well. Turn that around and there. So there you go. Beautiful, quick card. Although I probably wasn't that quick, but anyway, I'll glue that to the inside of my card. Oh, no worries, Karen. Catch the replay. So, ladies, please feel free to share the video. Share it now while you're watching. You never know. Some of your friends might be on Facebook. It looks amazing, you think, Leonie? I think these colours together, though, really complement each other. So there you go. How's that? May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. Season's greetings. So there you go. I'll pop all these aside because I'm sure I will make another card because I want to make a few. I'm doing a card swap in my group. Now, if you haven't been on my group, I have a group that is called Australian Card Making and Scrapbooking Supplies Group. Now, if you haven't checked that group out, please jump on over and check that group out. There is a couple of questions that you need to answer when you're joining the group, but I'm not too strict. But it's a group where I share lots of things, and we're doing a big card swap at the moment, and I'm starting to do card swaps in my group now. Monthly. So if you want to be part of the next card swap, thank you everyone for the hearts. That's beautiful. Thank you. Were those snowflakes in the same stamp set? No, Kwana. They were in the beautiful Blizzard beautiful Blizzard stamp set. So as you can see, it's got this lovely set of snowflakes down in the corner. I've been mixing and matching, honestly. I can't just stick to one stamp set. I wish I could, but I just can't seem to stick to one stamp set. So I am terribly sorry, but that is me. That is what I do. So I'm just going to pop that card up into the corner now and get myself sorted for the next card. I have to keep an eye on the time today because I've got to go and pick my daughter up from school today, and that's why I had to come on earlier, because I have to go and pick my daughter up because my eldest daughter has to go to work. So she's the one that normally picks my daughter up from school because I go to the same school. So because she's got to go to work, I need to go and pick my youngest one up. No worries, Julie. Make sure you do. Yeah, that'd be great. And I'd be happy to, even if you, Julie, if you don't have a holiday catalogue, I'd be happy to drop one off to your place. And yes, definitely catch up with you and get some crafting happening. Okay. Now this one I'm going to use, no worries, Kwana. I'm going to use my Stamparatus for this one. This is called the Cross Stitch Christmas. Now, when I saw this, I was like, oh my Lord, I definitely think that this will work now that I have the Stamparatus. I would have shied away from a stamp set like this if I had to stamp it using blocks and trying to line up. It does my head in. So you will find that stamps like this that have 3 different stages, your Stamparatus is a must. If you don't have a Stamparatus, you need to jump onto my online store and you need to purchase one ASAP, because I can tell you it makes your stamping so much easier. Okay, so I'm just going to get myself set up here. I've got a combination of greens. So I have Old Olive, Pear Pizzazz, and Shaded Spruce. And I have a little bit of Daffodil Delight. I'm just clearing my space here so I've got some room to move. Hey Tanya, how you going? Thanks for joining. Okay, so the Stamparatus is fantastic for lining up these stamps. Now, I have actually already lined my stamps up. So, because these are photopolymer stamps, you will need to use your foam mat underneath. Now, I lined my cardstock up into the corner, okay? So I know exactly where I'm going, exactly what I'm doing. Now, I have positioned these. The beauty of the Stamparatus is you can line them up by hand. You can get right over the top of them. You can see exactly how you can line them up. Once you have them lined up, you can make multiple of these cards because they're all in the right places for you to restamp. So the beauty of being able to do the multiple cards is fantastic because the stamps are all in place. So I'm just going to turn that around because I started with Pear Pizzazz was my first colour. Now I started with the one that has the most in it, but I chose the lightest colour for the one that has the most in it. Then I gradually went darker with my colours, okay? So that's how I've created this look. So fingers crossed everything has stayed lined up and it's all good to go. So I'm stamping the first one with Pear Pizzazz. Okay. Now, in the stamp set, that is this stamp right here. Okay, so Pear Pizzazz, stamped, and there we have a beautiful cross-stitch image. Now, the next one that I did was Old Olive, so I'm just going to put my lid on that ink. I'm going to pop that under there. Okay. Now, Old Olive is the next colour that I used. And the next stamp that I used is this one here. So you're going to see the contrast. When I use the Old Olive and I stamp this down, you're going to see the contrast in the picture, which is really, really good. Make sure your card stays up in that corner. Okay. So there we have the contrast of the Old Olive. So the next one that we're going to use is our Shaded Spruce. And I'm going to have to turn this one around because I've got it lined up here, right to go. I'm going to ink it up with my Shaded Spruce. And then I'm going to go down on top with the Shaded Spruce. You weren't sure about this set? Okay, so there we have a cute 3D looking card, cross-stitched, 3 different colours, and super, super easy to do. Now it has a little star that you can pop up on the top, and I have that on the other side of this panel here, so I'll turn that one around. Now this is really showing you exactly how fantastic the Stamparatus is for doing this type of stamping. Okay, so I've inked up my Daffodil Delight star, lined him up, and stamped him on top of the tree. So there you go. Beautiful, beautiful tree. Okay, so now there's actually some more stamps in this, but I'm actually going to use, I think this Enjoy the Beauty of the Season. I think I'm going to use that sentiment. Hopefully I've left myself enough room that it's going to fit on here. There, or down there. No, I think I'm going to do it up there. I think that looks the best. Okay, so I'm just going to, no idea what I've done with my chamois at the moment. Where is that chamois? There it is. I'm just going to clean off some of these stamps because I'm going to use the Stamparatus to do this. So I'm just going to take that little star stamp off there. And I'll use the Stamparatus. Now, one of the things to remember is with your Stamparatus, if you're going to be stamping very, very close to a hinge, make sure you have the plate that's going to come over like so and stamp down, because then you can put some pressure on it. If I use this top plate to do that, you would find that you'd have a hard time getting the pressure right in that corner for it to actually Maccabilly time again, Michelle, really? Okay, your husband will end up banning you from watching me. Okay, so I'm actually going to use Real Red on this one. I'm going to ink up that sentiment with Real Red. Been a long time since I used my Real Red, so hopefully it's going to stamp okay. There you go. Perfect. Okay. And once again, I'm going to use my Real Red ribbon. What did I do with that Real Red ribbon? Oh, it's over there. Okay, so that's all my stamping done. So I'm just going to pop that like that, and I'll clean up that mess later. Okay, pop that stamps in there. what he doesn't know doesn't hurt him. Oh, Michelle, you make me laugh. It is a beautiful font. I think Stampin' Up have excelled themselves with their stamp sets in this holiday catalogue because they are simply gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so I'm going to fold my Real Red in half and burnish it with my foam folder. Okay. Now I'm going to, I've got an old olive base here, so I'm going to line that up on the old olive base. He doesn't know what Maccabilly is, so it is definitely your word. It is your word, Michelle. I've seen you use it a couple of times in the last couple of days. So it is definitely your word. Okay. So line that up on my old olive base. Okay. Now I'm going to use the Real Red ribbon once again. This Real Red ribbon is simply to die for. I'm going to show you up close. Hopefully you can see this up close. Can you see that it has a patterned... See how you can see it? It's got a striped pattern and then the satin running the other way. It's simply gorgeous ribbon. It's screaming out, put me on everything because I am so beautiful. So really, if you haven't ordered that, that needs to go on your wish list because I can tell you it is a must for your Christmas cards. Okay. I'm sorry, Cheryl. I'm going to go back to my pokey tool to do my washi tape. Sorry, to do my backing. And see? Not too bad at all. I think I'm just so used to using a pokey tool to do it. Okay, now I need to line this up on the front because I want it to go just below there because I want a bow to happen. Because we don't have a base of a Christmas tree. Oh, there is a base. I could have done a base here. Maybe a couple rows of that. But that's okay. I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going with the flow. Another addition to your order again, Leonie. I'm so sorry. What can I say? As I said to one of my other customers today, I'm sorry, but I do my job well because you need to see how all these wonderful things work and you need to see them all come together so that you go, yeah, I like that. I want that. I can tell you a lot of the time it's very, well, it wasn't hard for me in this catalogue. I just bought just about everything. But it is hard to know what you put presents under the tree. Yeah, I could, but I don't have any stamps that have presents. And I could probably cut it in some cardstock, but this is alive and I'm just going with the flow. By the time I put the bow on the bottom, you'll see that it will take up that space in that bottom of the card anyway. Because I really don't just want a bit of ribbon straight across there. I definitely need a bow. You know me and my bows. Everything looks good if you've got a bow on it. Does anybody have trouble tying bows? Anyone that's out there watching, do you struggle tying bows? I don't know why, but it's something that I've always been able to do. I think it has something to do with being a hairdresser and tying bows in people's hair. I don't struggle with tying bows at all. And people say to me, oh my God, you make it look so easy. But hello from New Jersey. Thank you for watching, Nikki. You're loving my videos. Thank you. If this is the first time you've watched, Nikki, please feel free to like my business page and turn on the notifications. I go live a couple of times a week. This is my second time this week. And I think I'm probably planning maybe another one tomorrow. I'm getting a bit keen. I'm keen to get some videos out. There's so many lovely things that we have in our catalogue at the moment that I can't help myself. I just want to keep crafting. as I do it for a living, it's not hard to craft for a living. What a fantastic job. Crafting for a living. I can remember my husband when I first joined Stampin' Up. I said to him that I wanted to join it and that I wanted to run it like a, well, I didn't say I wanted to run it like a business. I wanted to be able to order all of the products because I was a card maker and I sold my cards. And so I wanted to be able to buy products that I could order whenever I wanted to order to make sure that I had things in stock, because I did have an issue that I had an order for 40 cards and I couldn't buy the coloured cardstock that I needed. I could only get one sheet in Lismore and I could only get, I think it was 8 sheets of one tone in the colour and about 12 sheets of another tone. So I actually had to message the person that was buying the invitations off me and ask was it okay that there was a slight difference in the tones, and she said no, that's fine. But I was like devastated because I was like, I had this order for 40 of these invitations and couldn't get the cardstock. So I decided to join Stampin' Up because we didn't really have a craft store here in town. So there you go. See, look, once you put that ribbon on, simply gorgeous. And I just want to show you something else that we can do, which I'm hoping I can do it here. I want to grab my rhinestones because I want to change the colour of my rhinestones using my blends, because with our blends now we can colour our rhinestones to make them the colour that we want. Please tell me real red is in here. Dark real red, that's what I want. And I know that we sell the red rhinestones in the catalogue. But if you were like me and you didn't buy the red rhinestones because I didn't get around to it, you can do this. And it's a quick, easy way of colouring your rhinestones to make them the colour that you need. And I think I'm going to use, there's some shaded spruce in here too. I'm going to use the dark shaded spruce. Is that what I've got? Yes. And I'm going to make some green ones. So how good is that, people? Colouring our rhinestones to make them the colour that we want for our project. So I definitely need bling for my card. So what better way than to colour the rhinestones that I have? Just be careful and make sure that it's dry when you go to pop them on. But look at that. Isn't that just simply stunning? Wow. I love that. That's, sorry, I'm having a bit of a moment here, but definitely love those coloured rhinestones. Look at that. It is the best job. Are you saying crafting is the best job to do for a living? It is so the best job to do for a living. It sounds like the perfect job to you. Yes, it is the perfect job. And I do my job. I do it 5 days a week. I do hairdressing 2 other days a week. But when I'm not hairdressing, I'm crafting. So very rarely is there a day that goes by that I don't craft. I did have the whole weekend off last weekend though. I did have a craft free weekend. I watched craft videos all weekend, but I actually had a craft free weekend. I didn't do any crafting whatsoever. I just felt like I needed to have a bit of a break. So there you go. That's using the cross-stitched Christmas stamp set. So I think it's a really cute set. I think you would be happy to add that to your wish list. Okay, so now that someone has seen it, I know there's not many videos out there about it at the moment, and even the videos that are out there, they're using the ones that you don't actually have to line up. So I just showed you Stamparatus makes everything possible. So hey Lyndall, how you going? Okay, so I'll pop that one aside and I'll bring in our last one that we're going to do, which is, have lots and lots of things here, and I'm going to use, yes, the blends, the Country Home stamp set. Now, there's been lots and lots of things happening with this Country Home stamp set. And admittedly, this is the first time I've had a play with it. I've had it for a while, and it's the first time I've had a play with it. So, but I can see that I can definitely play with it so much more after playing with it like I did today. Okay, so I've got a selection of my blends. Now, the selection of my blends that I have our Blackberry Bliss, light and dark. I have our Crumb Cake, light and dark. I have my Smoky Slate, the light Smoky Slate. Yes, Blackberry Bliss, here we come, Michelle. And I also have Mint Macaron. I have light and dark Mint Macaron. The time is 2 o'clock, Angie. Just turned 2 o'clock. And this is my last card because I actually have to be out picking up my daughter at 3. So I have to get my act together and make sure that it all happens. Okay, so I've got a couple of stamps here. I've got a stitched shape label once again, and that was from the seasonal layers, the stitched seasonal layers that we had. I'm going to use our beautiful chicken wire. So that comes in a pack. You get 6 sheets of the chicken wire. You can use the outside of the chicken wire as well as the inside of the chicken wire. I'm going to use a blackberry base. I'm also going to use some Sahara sand. I'm also going to use some of the Designer Series paper, and that is out of the Country Lane Designer Series paper, and I'm going to bring that Country Lane paper in. If you haven't seen it, it is simply to die for. And I've got them all sorted. They're double-sided paper, so you get some really, really great designs in this double-sided paper. Okay. So as you can see, some super, super beautiful paper in this. And this one here is my favourite. As you can tell, Blackberry Bliss is my favourite. Plus that patterned, it's so much like our tin-tiled textured textured deep impressions embossing folder. But the paper just does it for you. So I didn't have to use that. Okay, so I'm just going to have a bit of a play around. I've used our corrugated iron embossing folder to make some of the Sahara sand embossed beautifully. I have a piece of chicken wire here. I've just cut it because I wanted it to be a really strange angle behind there. So anyway, the first thing what I want to do is, with a scrap piece of paper, I'm going to take the flower out of the stamp set. So we have 2 lots of flowers. We have this one here and we have this one here. I wanted to do this one because I wanted to use the Blackberry Bliss as the colouring. So I'm stamping it with our grey granite. Now, everyone will probably say, but you're using your blends. Shouldn't you be using your Memento ink? You can use our normal ink with our blends as well. It works really, really well with our blends. So please don't think that you can only use the grey granite, because you can definitely, please don't think you can only use the Memento. Okay, so I'm going to, first of all here, I think this is, I think it looks like a protea flower that we have, which is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to use the light Blackberry Bliss on this beautiful flower. And then I'm just, with the dark, I'm just going to add a little bit of depth to it with the dark. So I'm just going to, at the bottom of those petals, just add a little bit of dark. And then back over with my light once again, just to blend. Okay, so now for these, they look like, to me, they look like Black Boy seed pods. That's to me what they look like. I'm not quite sure what they are, but I'm actually going to use my light crumb cake. Hey Maz, how you going? Hey Tiffany, thanks for joining. So I'm going to use my light crumb cake and just colour those in. I'm using the brush tip end because it's a bigger area to colour, so you get to colour it a lot quicker. Now I'm just going to use the tip end and I'm just going to do some little dots in there. I'm not actually going to colour it in. I'm just going to do some dots through there. And then I'm just going to, over the top with my light, just blend that. So just where that dark is, not anywhere else. So it gives that bit of a shaded shadow look. Okay, so with my dark crumb cake, I'm going to go through and do these little buds. With my light smoky slate, I'm going to go through and colour these leaves with the smoky slate. I just wanted the colour combination. It's probably not the way the colours should be, but in all respects, it's crafting. Oh, and I've forgot some of those little buds there that I can see hiding behind that. Okay. And some of these leaves. And honestly, if you're not a colourer and you haven't given it a try, you should really try. Get a couple of the blends. You can buy them singly, so you don't have to buy a whole heap, but you can buy them singly on their own. And honestly, these blends do all the hard work for us. We don't have to do much at all. They actually do the job for us. So now for the leaves, I'm actually going to use the light mint macaron. I'm going to use the brush tip end. I'm going to go all over that area there with the light mint macaron. But as you can see, this is a beautiful colour combination. I'm loving these colours, I think. The no worries, Sharon. I'm nearly on the home stretch. You can catch what you missed later. I'm just going to pop a little bit of dark just in the middle of those leaves. And then just go through with the light just to blend those areas. And as you can see, I'm not being very particular how I do this. The blends do the work for you. Okay? And it just all, when it dries, it blends out beautifully. So, honestly, as I said, our blends do the job. Now, I am going to fussy cut that, but I'm going to, on this one here, I want to actually stamp my milk jug in our Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so I want the milk jug just down at the bottom of my label. Sorry, I've got to bring it towards me so I can see where I'm stamping to make sure I stamp it right. Okay, like that. Now you may be saying it doesn't look like your flowers are going to fit on that. You are correct. I'm also going to stamp on a piece of our Sahara sand. I'm going to stamp the milk jug as well. Okay, so in my Blackberry Bliss. And then what I'm going to do is, and I just got ink all over me, I'm going to grab my scissors, where did I put my scissors? There they are, under everything. And I'm just going to trim out, I'm not going to cut the handle, I'm going to trim out that milk jug. Okay, so a bit of fussy cutting. Like so. Okay. So there we have our milk jug. I'm going to, I didn't do this on my original thing, but I think I'm going to go through. I just want to go through with some of my dark crumb cake. I don't have this stamp set. No, Leonie, you don't need it. Yes, Leonie, you do need it. Add it to your list. Okay, and I'm going to use the light. Just want to add a little bit of dimension on this. Okay, so that's all I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up onto some dimensionals. Now, through the magic of TV, I have already coloured and cut one of these out, so you didn't have to sit and watch me fussy cut all that time. So I decided that I would do that ahead of time. So I'm actually going to glue this on where it's going to sit just underneath the jug, and then I'm going to pop my jug up. Okay, so as I said, it wasn't going to fit my label, but it's totally okay because I can now let that overhang because I have fussy cut it out. Okay. You can't believe the stamping ink pad doesn't run with the blends. That's new to you. Yes, Nikki. And you know what? You just need to give it a try. And I was a bit the same. I was a bit like, I don't know, you know, like, but yeah, it's gorgeous. And it works. So go for it. Give it a try. Next time you're crafting, give it a go. See what you think. So I'm just going to line that up over the top of the milk jug. Okay. So you can see that that has created quite a cute, awesome look with those flowers. Okay, so I actually have some ribbon that will go with this. Thought about that. Okay. So now I'm going to pop this together. And I'm just going to do a little sentiment at the end to go with this. So I'm just going to pop my designer series paper onto my Sahara sand layer. And I've just done an 1/8 of an inch difference in my measurements to give it that lovely tiny border, just to put an edging and make that designer series paper pop. How awesome is that? Okay, so that's going to go on there like that. So I'm going to glue that on. You'll have a go at anything once, Leonie. I think that's what we do with crafting. We tend to just play around. Your husband says, Angie, if you like it, get it, or you will regret it later. So true. Maccabilly. Honestly, Kylie Bertucci has started something with this Maccabilly saying, hasn't she? We all do a bit of Maccabilly every now and then. And if you're new and you don't know what Maccabilly means, it means that you've accidentally purchased something. Accidentally, it went on your list. Accidentally, it popped into your shopping cart on your shopping page. Okay, so there we have that layer on there. Really nice. I need to grab my bone folder and crease that because it's not sitting really nice. It needs to be creased properly. There you go. Okay, so now I've cut this at a wonderful jaggedy type of edge because I wanted that just to sit in, because chicken wire is always quite raggedy. It never seems to be neat and tidy, so I decided to do it that way. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pop some glue dots on it. Now, our chicken wire is silver on one side and white on the other. I wanted it the silver side, but I'm just going to stick some glue dots on this bit underneath, and that's stuck to my fingernail, but that's okay. Because this layer is going to cover the glue dots, so I thought that's a fantastic way of sticking it onto my project without having to use liquid glue, because it's going to be hidden underneath that other part anyway. So I want this part to sit crooked, so I actually just want that to be sitting crazily crooked like that. If you like that language, crazily crooked. Sounds great. Crazily crooked. Okay. So that is going to pop up on there. And then I'm going to pop this one onto here. So it's looking pretty cute at this stage. So I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals. Where did I put my dimensionals? I've lost them. Totally lost them. Did I put them back in there? No. Yes, I did. I put them back in my drawer, everybody. I haven't lost them. I put them back in my drawer where they're supposed to be. Can you believe that? And yes, my drawer is over to the left. Everybody says look to the left in my videos to find anything. But yeah, it's more like look all around, because there is quite a mess here on my desk. But you know what? That's what live crafting is all about. If you don't get a mess while you craft, then you're a better person than me, because I get a mess everywhere from one end of the place to the other. But you know what? As long as you clean it up, I feel like if you clean your mess up when you're finished, I mean, I will have to clean it up when I get home from picking up my daughter, but if you clean it up when you're finished, then you're keen to start again the next day. I find that if you leave it messy, it's very hard to get motivated and started back crafting again when you have a big, big mess. So I'm going to put that on a bit of an angle, like so. So don't you just love that corrugated iron look? I think it's fantastic. And once again, my favorite, I think I need some Wink of Stella on my flowers. So I'm going to pop a little bit of Wink of Stella on my protea and on these pieces and on the leaves. Definite. And I think I might even pop some on the little jug. Okay, now I don't know whether you can see that in the video. I'm going to try and see if I can get, there you go. Look at that shimmer. Wink of Stella is my best friend. I cannot live without my Wink of Stella. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals as well. So I'm loving this set. I think it's a cute set. Yours is clean, Michelle, but it'll be messy soon. That's okay. Messy means you're crafting. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that one on there. Now I have this beautiful ribbon that I Machiavellied this because I actually thought I was ordering something else, and this beautiful ribbon came through. And I can tell you, as you can see, there's hardly any left. I have loved this ribbon. So I was so glad that this was a Machiavelli, because if I hadn't have accidentally purchased this, I never would have known it would have existed. So, it is super, super cute, but I've just messed up my bow there. I've twisted that over. Untwist. There. So I thought I would do a cute, tiny, tiny little bow for this card. Where do you think for the bow, everybody? Down here on the corner? Actually, yeah, that's where I'm going to do it, down there on the corner. Yeah, so if I didn't Maccabilly this ribbon, I wouldn't have this beautiful ribbon to use. And look, I'm nearly out. I'll have to reorder it. Anyway, that's what we do, isn't it? Ah, trying to get the pin on. So there we go. All right, so I need a little bit of a sentiment. I'm going to pop that on with some glue, but I need a little tiny sentiment just to go down here. So I'm going to, with my pokey tool, get a glue dot to pop on the back of my bow. Like so. I'm going to pop my bow on there. Trim that off a little bit. Okay, so I have some pieces of my Sahara sand. So I just want to, in this stamp set, there's some really, really cute little sayings. Hello, enjoy, love, thanks. So I think I'm just going to use one of those cute little, I think I'm just going to do the hello. What's the name of the ribbon? Okay, here we go. The name of the ribbon that I accidentally purchased. Where did I put the ribbon? There it is. It is called Fresh Fig. It is like 1/8 of an inch ribbon. So Fresh Fig sheer ribbon, 1/8 of an inch. So Fresh Fig sheer ribbon, 1/8 of an inch ribbon. But it's very, very nice, isn't it? If I hadn't have stumbled across that, I never would have known it existed. Okay, so I'm going to do hello with my Blackberry Bliss. Okay. Tiny, tiny little hello. Oh, and I didn't stamp it properly, so I'm going to go again. We'll try again. Hello. That's better. I'm going to... You know what? I'm just going to do a tiny, tiny little... Let me see. Is that going to pop out from under there? Yes, that's what I'm going to do. A little bit of glue. It's going to pop out from underneath my little jug. Saying hello. Look at that. Super, super cute card using the Country Home set. What do you think, everybody? Gorgeous. Okay, I'll bring back in the cards that I did today. Okay, move out of the way all of my things here so we can bring in the cards. So, some great cards using our wonderful holiday catalogue project. Holiday catalogue products. So what do you think, everybody? So please feel free to share my video. If this is the first time you've watched and you haven't turned on the notifications and liked my business page, please like my business page and turn on the notifications. If you wanted to purchase any of the items that I have used in my video today, I will edit this video and there will be some descriptions in the link. If not, you can, if I haven't done that, you can always go to my Shop Now tab on my business page and that will access my online shop, and you can purchase any of the items that I have used. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining me. Hopefully tomorrow I may be doing a video maybe around lunchtime tomorrow, another live video. So please feel free to join me. I will pop it into the events on my business page. So if you've liked my business page, you will get a notification that I've popped it into the events. And if you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, I have over 200 videos over on my YouTube channel. If you do a search on YouTube for Stamping with DonnaG, you will find me over there on YouTube. And I've got lots and lots of other videos that I have done on my YouTube channel. So thank you again. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing my video. It all helps. Thank you very much. And until next time, have a lovely day. Bye for now.